It is not in our biology to work the same amount of hours as men. And we've been so shut down from our divine wisdom and forced to conform to this patriarchic society that had only been set up for men. You know, work hard. And we just, because you're a woman, we do not have the same energy levels as men. When you're in your dark feminine, you are in full integrity with yourself, no matter what that looks like to the world around you. And you are unleashed. You are unapologetic. You are wild. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to talk about the dark feminine. What is the dark feminine? I've seen people talk more and more about the dark feminine, so I was like, let me make a video on this and share with you how me tapping into my dark feminine has made me a better person. It has made me happier. It has made me more fulfilled. It has made me less exhausted. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can tap into your dark feminine and what it will imply for your life. So keep on watching. Also, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell right next to it so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Give this video a like. It helps me a lot, and it helps these videos reach more people so that more people can experience this information. Knowledge is power, and we can all create a better world together. So anyway, let's get into the dark feminine. So as women, the way we are programmed to be, right? It's like so deep in our roots and in our conditioning to be the good girl, to not speak our mind, to be a good girl, to not offend anyone, you know, to not be too loud, to not be too out there, to just like fit in. And I feel like women in general get judged so much more for things that men can just like get away with like that, and it's not even judged. And this is not to say that, you know, this is not a gender thing at all, because I don't believe that men are better than women. I don't believe that women are better than men. I believe it's all a question of like, where are you at in your consciousness and like the work that we do on ourselves. And I believe that men and women are here to support each other. Like, why is everybody like fighting? It's not a war. We're here to support each other. So that's my 2 cents on that. But anyway, ever since last year, I took a course and I got trained in somatic experiencing and working with your nervous system. We do this a lot inside Limitless. I highly recommend it. And ever since I started working with my nervous system and just letting my body do what it needs to do and undoing all the programming and the conditioning that women have experienced for eons and eons through generations and generations, for me it has been a lot about not being able to speak my mind, not being able to speak up. Women have also, thousands and thousands of women have been killed just for being medicine women, just for having intuitive abilities. They were burnt at the stake. And believe it or not, this is still in our DNA. Like, this is still a remembering of what has been done to the woman and her innate intuitive power. Because if you are a woman, you are intuitive. You are the oracle. You have the knowledge. And we've been so shut down from our divine wisdom and forced to conform to this patriarchic society that had only been set up for men. You know, work hard. And we just, because you're a woman, we have our period every month. Like, we do not have the same energy levels. It is not in our biology to work the same amount of hours as men, carry the same burdens and workload as men. Men, in that sense, I truly believe that they are stronger physically in that sense. This is also why we have different categories in sports, and why, you know, women can't compete against men in sports, because it's different. Men are stronger physically. And so in the same way, we are so strong and so powerful with our intuition. And that intuition is a threat to the system. And so it has been shut down for eons and eons. I had to heal this in myself because I honestly went through, I'm talking about this in my book that I'm currently still writing. I have no idea when it will come out. I do not want to pressure myself. But anyway, in my book I go so much more into detail about the religious trauma that I've actually experienced, and the persecution that is still going on with religious people online is just insane to me. It's not even logical to me to see people that are so brainwashed to be shut down from their own power. And when a woman is in her own power, it threatens them, because when you are in your own power, you are everything that they are denying themselves. And so they have to judge you and attack you and persecute you because they are denying themselves their own power, their own intuitive powers, their sexuality. They're not in French we say assumer. They're not deeply honoring who they are. They are repressing themselves based on what we've been taught, how women should behave and how they should not behave, when deep down in every woman there is a deep, wild wisdom that wants to come out, but it has been suppressed for so long. And just by me doing the nervous system work, and I didn't even do it exactly for that reason, but it was just like a natural flow of things, I was tapped in and tuned into my own dark feminine, which is so powerful. She has all the answers. She doesn't people please anymore. She doesn't morph into what others expect her to be. She is in her own authentic, God-given sovereignty and power. And if people have to fall away because of that, then so be it. Because you're either walking with me or you're trying to block my path, but don't be in my way. You're either walking with me or not at all. But you know, I've gone through severe religious trauma and people trying to indoctrinate me, people trying to suppress even my beauty, just not letting me be who I really am deep down. It's like, it was almost like a remembering of what has been done to women for eons and eons and eons. And if you look into history and what's really been going on with the Essenes, and you know why there are almost no women talked about in religious texts, like, I could go so deep into this topic, but I won't in this video because I'm gonna try to keep it short. But basically, if you want to tap into your dark feminine, by being in your dark feminine, you will become comfortable with not everybody liking you. You won't water yourself down anymore to please others. Because the thing is, I was so trying to be accepted by this community, who was this religious community, who was my partner's community. So obviously I wanted to be accepted, but I had to water myself so much down and suppress who I was deep down that guess what? I became sick. When you are not your own self and you are repressing who you truly are, even if religious people say that that's bad, who cares? It is not worth you getting depressed, sick, or just not living your life purpose because you're trying to please others and, you know, not make them too uncomfortable, because God forbid you say something that goes against their belief system. People that tell you that their way is the only way and that there's no other truth out there, that to me is a cult. That is indoctrination. That is someone who at some time, day and age, had an agenda to keep people from their own power. And that is still being taught today, yet it's a lie. It's a complete freaking lie. When you're in your dark feminine, you are in full integrity with yourself, no matter what that looks like to the world around you. And you have so much power, and you are so aligned with your God power within. With God, you are in service to the divine. And you are unleashed. You are unapologetic. You are wild. You are the wild feminine that has been locked in a cage like a tiger in a circus. Okay? And it's time to bring out that wild lioness that every woman, I don't care how old you are, I don't care how you grew up, every woman has a wild inner beast. a wild inner lioness in her that is called the dark feminine. Why dark? I don't even know why they call it dark feminine, because to me it's not dark. And it actually goes into like, you know, sometimes good becomes evil and evil becomes good, in a sense that, you know, these people were trying to completely change me in the name of good, when that was just evil. Because evil is not being who you really are deep down, being suppressed. You are made perfect. You are made in the image of God, and anybody trying to change you, that's evil. Even if they try to change you in the name of good, or using the word of God, the name of God, to change you. The Bible says Satan poses as an angel of light. So be very careful. You have to have high discernment. So stay in integrity with yourself and stop self-sacrificing. Stop over-accommodating. The martyr program, all these martyr programs of, oh, you're a good person if you're like self-sacrificing and you don't have any energy left and you're exhausted and you're getting sick. I want to have a talk with that person. Like, who in history started saying that is something that is honorable? I just really want to know, because it just doesn't make sense to me. And so when I started working on myself, the nervous system work, I started undoing all of this ancestral trauma, all of this nervous system, like the fawning, right? Fawning, when you fawn, is a term in your nervous system. You have fight, we all know fight or flight state, right? That's a state of your nervous system. And the thing is, you cannot act otherwise. Like, if your nervous system is in a certain state, it's out of your control. Like, the way you act is out of control of your conscious mind. Your nervous system will take over. It's just like a wild animal freezing in the wild because it's being attacked. It cannot do otherwise. It has no control. The animal is not telling itself, oh, I'm gonna freeze now. It's something that just happens. It's just like, I was once in a life or death situation, and, you know, consciously I thought I would have probably ran away, but I actually, I fought back. So, which makes no rational sense, because I'm this tiny, small human being that, you know, it made no sense in that time, but like that's your nervous system. So fawning is what a lot of women do, is when you people please or you suppress yourself just to fit in with, or just to have someone like you. And I'm telling you, it is just not worth it, because yes, maybe these people, you're going to be accepted by them, but what's worse is that you're not accepting yourself, and you are being someone that others want you to be, and you're self-sacrificing, and in the long run you're not being in integrity to who you came here to be. And so by tapping into your dark feminine, you're going to gain back that power, because all you will ever have is you. You come into this world as one single person, and you leave this world as one single person. You only ever have yourself, and you will always be there for yourself. And tapping into your own power, you will know that you actually don't need anybody to be accepted. All you need to do is accept yourself. And when you do that, it radiates outward. People will respond to you differently. People will not even dare to speak to you in a certain way, because just by your energy and by what you are vibrating outward, it's like, I can't mess with that person. You know how some people, like, they always get treated like really badly, and other people are always like super privileged? That's because who they are inside kind of radiates outward, and people pick up on that subconsciously. Their nervous system picks up on that. Our nervous systems constantly communicate with each other, whether we are aware of that or not. So you'll be more tuned in with yourself, you'll be more in integrity, you'll be more aligned, you'll be less sick. My pain just completely vanished when I started being myself again. So my battery is about to die. I could talk to this for hours and hours, but that's basically what the dark feminine is. You are unleashing what history and society has been trying to suppress for eons and eons and eons, because you are powerful. You are a force of nature. You are a force to be reckoned with, and your power is so strong that someone out there in history thought that they had to suppress it because they were afraid of it. That's the dark feminine. You claim her back. You bring her back. You ask all of your soul to come back into your body. All of your knowledge that your soul has had for millennia and lifetimes, ask for it to come back to you. I have to leave now because my battery is dying. I love you guys so much. If you want to go deeper into nervous system work, the link to the Limitless community is down below. We have manifestation ceremonies, nervous system work, subconscious reprogramming. Highly recommend it. Linked down below. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video.